we want to dive into one of Ann Romney's biggest passions. Here with us this morning is an extraordinary young woman, Becca Hart, and her horse, Lord Ludger. But you have a different name for him, correct?
We call him Lolu, yeah.
Lolu. Okay, so here's Lolu, who's being very patient with everybody in Times Square. Their story, though, shows how incredibly helpful these beautiful animals can be. In Rebecca's case, it was a journey that took her all the way to the Paralympics. Take a look. Six days a week, 28-year-old Becca Hart and Lord Ludger have a date. She's a champion equestrian who's training with this horse, not just to win, but to walk. At just 2 years old, Becca Hart was diagnosed with familial spastic paraplegia, a genetic disease that degrades her lower body muscles.
There's this magical thinking when you're a disabled child that your disability will go away and you'll be just like everyone else. And in the case, as you learn and grow, that's not exactly what happens.
But at 10 years old, Becca fell in love with horses.
I put on the boots and I put on the helmet and I got on the horse. I found out that it actually started to take away the disability away. Obviously not completely, but it was considerably improved, probably within 1 or 2 rides.
And doctors say riding a horse has helped her muscle memory and strength.
They actually think that it's going to push my ability to maintain my mobility much farther into the future.
For the past 18 years, horse therapy has given Becca the chance to compete as an athlete in national competitions and in 2 Paralympic Games, making what seemed the impossible her reality.
It just gave me a sense of freedom and vitality that I didn't have before.
And we are so thrilled to have Becca Hart and her horse, Lord Ludger, or Lolu, as we now know you call him, here in Times Square. Hopefully, Lolu is not going to get spooked, because we do want to talk about
doing amazing.
Amazing for all that's going on. And let me ask you a question. How did you and Becca meet?
I gave her award, and she ended up being the top champion in the United States. I had the honor of giving her that award that gave her the privilege of going and representing the United States at the Paralympic Games in London.
Well, congratulations to you. And I want to ask you about horse therapy, or equine therapy, as it's also called. Without it, where would you be?
Honestly, it has maintained my mobility. Without it, I would probably be in a wheelchair. So the fact that I'm standing here in Times Square with a horse is just phenomenal to me.
It's phenomenal.
It's because of him.
Yeah, and I hope a lot of people are hearing this and can learn a little something. And what is it about horse therapy or equine therapy?
It's so extraordinary what the horses do for us. For me, it's balance, it's love, it's joy. What they're doing for so many other people right now. We have wounded vets coming home, and they're turning to horses for therapy. We have kids with autism, Asperger's, different things. They get on the back of a horse and all of a sudden their life changes. Yeah. They become strong, they become confident. But the horses they're a gift from God, is the way I look at it, and they're a partner in our life's journey, and they can bring such joy. Phenomenal.
And you've been very vocal about your diagnosis with multiple sclerosis. Have you used equine therapy for yourself?
I certainly have. And, like Becca, not as disabled as Becca, but I was very, very weak and very much worried about my life, thinking I was going to be in a wheelchair as well. Absolutely. Turned to horses. My life has been dramatically different. They gave me the energy, the passion to get out of bed when I was so sick that I didn't think I'd ever want to get out of bed.
And will you continue competing, Becca?
Absolutely.
We love it. We're rooting for you, Becca. And thank you for sharing this wonderful story. And Lord Ludger, you're amazing. We thank you all for being with us.